Everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, but those things happen, I guess. Okay, good evening once again and welcome to the Hornell Sports Hall of Fame. My name is Tom Fagnan. I chair the committee. Tonight we are celebrating the 38th annual induction ceremony honoring seven new members. I would like to share a bit of the Hall of Fame history. The Sports Hall of Fame began in 1988, chaired by the late Paul Powers, a 1931 HHS graduate, an athlete himself in cross country, track, basketball, and football. Paul's vision to acknowledge outstanding Hornell High School athletics contributors has continued to grow with 218 members, including those being inducted this evening. This event is made possible with the continued sponsorship of the Hornell Alumni Association. Thank you, Hornell Alumni. Appreciation. Okay, the Hall of Fame committee consists of 9 volunteer members, many of them who are former Hornell athletes and contributors. I would like to thank each of you for your time and dedication to the Hall of Fame. Special thank you to Amy McMorty Mayo, Hall of Fame Secretary, for her diligence, patience, commitment, and special touches organizing this evening's event. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. Committee members who are in attendance, please stand as your name is called. Amy McMorty Mayo. Okay. Mike Davidson. John Dagon. And Rich Head. Committee members unable to attend this evening are John Wyan, who is our co-chair, Kate Gleason-Secondo, Brett White, Gene Maston, and there are several Hall of Fame members in attendance this evening. So please stand and be recognized if you would. Special welcome to Hornell City School District Superintendent Jeremy Pilati and Athletic Director John Cardamone. Jeremy, would you like to say a few words this evening?
See if this works. Thanks, Tom. Thank you. It's great to be here tonight for this wonderful event. The Hornell City School District are deeply grateful to the Alumni Association for their ongoing commitment to keeping the spirit of Hornell alive and for all their tireless efforts in supporting their students and our schools. Your dedication helps strengthen the bond between our graduates, our community, and future generations. To our Hall of Fame inductees, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. Your achievements both on the field and off serve as an inspiration to our students and a point of pride for the entire Hornell community. Thank you for representing the best of what it means to be a Red Raider. Oh, yeah. Together we celebrate traditions, accomplishments, and community that help make Hornell truly special. Congratulations, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Jeremy. The committee again extends a special thank you to the Hornell Alumni Association. I'm pleased at this time to introduce Alumni Treasurer Angela Daniels Markle, graduate of the class of '71, who will share a few facts regarding HHS alumni and membership.
Go, Angela. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the inductees. Another fine-looking group we've got going in. We got to take through some business here. This year, the Alumni Association gave away $149,500 in scholarships, and we couldn't do it without all your help. Now, for those of you who are slackers, just want to give you, this is our journal. It goes out every year. It keeps you up to date on people that are having reunions, upcoming reunion, past reunions, the banquet, everything. And I hold these books hostage. You have to pay $10 to get a book. If you don't pay your $10, I'm not sending you a book. So, pay your dues. You can, there's a few books out there. There's a membership card inside. You can go on hornellalumni.org, go online, pay your dues, and while you're paying, send us a little extra so we can continue to do the good stuff we do for our students. And also, for you new inductees, last year we had a 6-page spread in the book. So if you want to see yourselves in the book next year, pay your dues. And that's it. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Angela, and Hornell alumni. Yes. What would we do without her? Boy. Okay. It's my pleasure to introduce Pastor Ted Warner from the United Presbyterian Church here in Hornell, who will now lead us in this evening's invocation.
Thank you, Tom. It's an honor to be here with you all tonight. Grace and peace to all of you. Tonight, we gather to celebrate life. We celebrate the wonder of being human. We celebrate our abilities and potential. We celebrate our parents, teachers, coaches, and mentors of all types who inspire us. We celebrate teamwork, camaraderie, and friendship. We especially celebrate our school and our community. The student athlete learns to be disciplined, to give their best efforts in all of life, and to care for oneself and others. May the Hornell High School Sports Hall of Fame continue to grow and inspire the youth of our community. May we continue to reflect all that is good. May we continue to share our love of learning and of having fun. Let us pray. Creator of all life, we gather tonight with hearts full of gratitude for the legacy, teamwork, and enduring spirit of Hornell High School athletics. We give thanks for the student athletes, the coaches, families, and supporters whose dedication has shaped not only victories on the field, but character in the whole of our lives. As we honor those inducted into the Hall of Fame, we celebrate more than achievements. We celebrate perseverance, leadership, and the bonds that unite this community. May this ceremony be a tribute to excellence and a reminder that greatness is not measured only in trophies, but in the lives we touch and the values we uphold. Bless this gathering, Lord. May it be filled with joy, reflection, and inspiration. And may those we honor tonight continue to exemplify integrity, humility, and strength for generations to come. We pray that this food and all those who are here tonight be blessed. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ted Warner, Pastor Warner. Please remain in your seats at this time as the servers will direct the tables to the buffet as we move on. There it is.
I'm good. Good. Is this live? Okay. You guys have how many athletes over there? Do you guys keep a tally? How many are
218.
This is 218. This makes 218.
It's 218 tonight, yep. Yep. Have your attention again, people. We're going to get rolling here now. And, excuse me. Okay. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mike Dagon as our MC, retired Hornell English teacher for a number of years, a coach, fellow coach, indoor and outdoor track, and cross country. Mike?
Thank you, Tom. No, that's not going to work. Short. How's that? Not bad. Welcome, everybody. As Tom said, I'm Mike. I've lost count of the number of years I've been a part of this at the high school during half times, and now is the honor of hosting this with all these wonderful athletes. This is the 38th annual dinner, and I just leaned over to Tom. It popped into my head, would you keep a tally? The panel you see before us tonight, this makes 218 Hornell High School athletes inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. Which is a relatively small number when you think of all of the students that have played high school sports, and even a smaller town like Hornell, the hundreds and hundreds of student athletes who compete, train, dedicate themselves to not only their teams, but to Hornell, the high school, and part of the Hornell community. Sports is an indelible part of the Hornell community, as you saw last night. I want to just give some thanks to the HHS Sports Hall of Fame Committee, one of those thankless jobs, and to the Hornell High School Alumni Association, and all the generosity over the decades, the amount of money given to the students and student athletes and scholarships. It's unrivaled. When I tell other coaches what we do here in Hornell, they're amazed. I want to thank Peisch Sports for being able to watch games. Peisch, a member of the Hall of Fame as well. What would we do without Peisch and our phones? And the Hornell High School, Mr. Jeremy Pilati, Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Morgan Allison, our current principal. I've been gone a couple of minutes, and Mr. John Cardamone, our current athletic director. And finally, to Mr. John Carbone, always putting on a great meal, and his staff. John employs countless numbers of Hornell students and student athletes here at the main place. Great benefit to the community as well. So welcome for members, inductees, family, and friends. It does sound cliche sitting here, but it's been said to me so many times, and it has always stuck with me. I wouldn't have coached for 30 years, 90 plus seasons, if I truly didn't believe that sports is the other side of education. And that's really what we're celebrating here tonight as well. And while you're sitting here, I was having a lovely conversation with Mr. Kevin Ferrell. And Kevin's father, Jim, was my 9th grade algebra teacher. And the man who cut me from JV basketball. So I've never forgotten. I couldn't dribble with my left hand to save it. So anyway, it just got me thinking of sports and my own memories. Talking with Kevin, the memories of my parents and his parents, and a few stories we shared together over the years. But the friends that we found through sports, the memories that were made in practices, games, the school bus rides, the locker rooms, and most importantly, the lessons learned through sports. Some of the things that will stick with Selena, some of the things your generation, they're going to stick with you forever. All right, I've coached Selena, one heck of an athlete. She'll be up here someday. The success of our current programs, basketball, soccer, way to go, girls. All right. And I wouldn't be standing here giving this great speech with all this beautiful alliteration if it wasn't for my teachers and coaches. And I can think of Ron Quinlan. I'm looking at some of the faces. Whoops. Ron Quinlan, maybe you may remember, my English teacher. Phil Calley, my Latin teacher. Coaches I've had, Tony Batone, what a character. Tom Feltham, my track coach. I've always told this to my athletes, my students. I taught 10th grade English for almost 30 years. I can't remember who taught me 10th grade English. But I remember what Tony Batone said in the hallway of the A gym. The last time I ever played football for Hornell, I remember every word to this day. People don't believe it. I do. I can't repeat it here. No. At the bar later. So, and people like Gene Maston, athletic director, Bob Codispoti, people who helped guide me, just wonderful people. Even, younger generation, Scott Carroll, following in their shoes. Tremendous influence on me as not only a coach, but as a man. So thank them. And the folks I've coached with, Tommy Gunn, Tom Fagnan, Angela Delaney, and my best friend, my sidekick, Damien DeMarco, who was inducted. So just tremendous influences. So I want to just take a minute. Who's that one coach, teacher, who was more than just that person? Who played a role in shaping your lives, maybe changing the trajectory of your life? Just take a second. We have over 60 years of Hornell athletics in this room tonight. So there's got to be a few people out there that you can remember. And finally, family and friends. We're going to be inducting at the end of our ceremony a special contributor who really embodies that. But think of all the family and friends, from the laundry to the picking up, dropping off, going to games, all of the things that our families have done for us. It's no different now than it was when I was playing or anyone else. So hats off to the families. And that's about all I have to say. Let's get on with the show. If I had gotten here before dinner started, I might have thought of a few more things, but oh, this is small font. All right, we're going to begin with Mr. Robert C. McIntosh, class of 1970. Huzzah. Bob is a 1970 graduate of Hornell High School. Additionally, he earned a Bachelor of Arts from Denison University in 1974, a Master's from Alfred University in 1977, and a Master's from St. Bonaventure in 1988. You never stop learning. In the 1960s, Hornell was a vibrant and growing community. The number of school-age children was significant. Students filled 6 neighborhood elementary schools. I remember those days. In 1964, at Maple City Park, the newly constructed Hornell Senior High School opened for students in grades 10 through 12. The old high school adjacent to Union Park became the junior high school for grades 7 through 9. To complement the large number of students, both schools and community organizations responded with many youth activities, programs, and teams. Each elementary school had a 6th grade team in flag football and a basketball team. Additionally, children in each neighborhood would form their own teams open to all ages. I remember some serious football games in playgrounds in the summer. Summer and fall at Maple City Park was a cornucopia of youth games. There were a few open fields during the daylight hours, and the YMCA, the Foxhole too. Grasshoppers, Little League, Babe Ruth, Senior Babe Ruth provided all ages and ability levels to participate. To say the least, the kids were active. A bicycle, a ball, and a glove were all you needed to find a game. All of these circumstances contributed to and most likely served as the training ground for each member of this honorary fraternity. These things made Hornell, Hornell. Which playground was yours? School sports teams began in 9th grade. Student participation rates were high. There was football, basketball, and baseball teams. All freshman teams played a modified schedule against smaller local schools' JV teams. The class of 1970 graduated over 280 students. This made Hornell one of the larger schools in Section 5. With large student enrollment, HHS was classified as a Class AA large school. The geographic location of the district made it challenging for Hornell to find opponents with comparable student populations. In the mid-1960s, Hornell joined the newly formed Sullivan Trail Conference. This included schools from Corning, and there was Corning East and West, Horseheads, and several of the Elmira schools, including Elmira Notre Dame. This proved to be a very competitive conference. Most schools in the new conference were comparable to the size of the larger Section 5 Rochester area schools. Against that kind of competition, Bob earned 6 varsity letters at HHS, 2 in football, 2 in basketball, and 2 in baseball. And even thinking back to my time, if you earned 6 letters in varsity sports, that was something in those days. We didn't have as many 9th and 10th graders participating in varsity sports. In football, Bob played both sides of the ball, playing halfback on offense and playing defensive back. He also was the team's punter, and on 2 occasions, he also kicked off. On those 2 occasions, he never left the field. He played the entire 48 minutes of the game. His senior year, he was selected to the Sullivan Trail All-Stars Honorable Mention team. In basketball, Bob was an integral part of the HHS Hustle Kids, so named by local sports writer Johnny Nelson. Old enough to remember him. Because of their tenacious pressing defense, the defense was predicated by the fact that at the team center was 6'3". In both his junior and senior years, HHS qualified for the Class AA sectional tournament. In his senior year, the Red Raiders had a 15-3 record, and Bob was selected to the All-Sullivan Trail Conference, first team. The first Hornell High School basketball player to be selected first team. In baseball, Bob played center field and occasionally third base. In his junior year, HHS won the Sullivan Trail Conference. He consistently batted over 300. In his senior year, he batted a team best 373 and was named All-STC second team. Bob's post-high school plans led him to Denison University, where he contributed to play baseball. He continued to play baseball. He returned to his hometown in 1975. From 1983 to 1986, he coached the Red Raider JV basketball team, and from 1987 through 1989, the varsity basketball team. He had 30 years of combined service at Canasarega Central School, Avoca Central School, Wyoming Central School, and Oakfield, Alabama Central School. As a guidance counselor, principal, business administrator, and ultimately superintendent of schools. In 1977, while coaching the police team in Hornell Little League, he met his future wife, Lois, and his family, Carrie Davis, David and Scott Jeffrey. David, class of '88, and Scott, class of 1986, were previously inducted into the HHS Hall of Fame. Bob and Lois reside in Pavilion, New York, and they spend their retirement playing golf and, of course, chasing grandkids around the country to sporting events and activities. And they love it. Ladies and gentlemen, our first inductee, Mr. Robert McIntosh.
Wow, I don't know who that guy is. Mike, just so you know, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
You've done this before,
I have.
and you've gotten through it very well. By the sounds of it, you're very educated and you're very quick with an answer.
I try.
I have 2 people here tonight who have previously served as this MC that were questioning, at least we're going to give you a grade at the end of the night. They're sitting down at that far end down there. One of them is Lenny Caruso, and the other one's Bob Codaspoti. I've had a really good month and a half. In August, Fran Daniels, Angela, you guys are the best with the alumni. We got COVIDized for our 50th anniversary, or 50th class reunion. So they decided to try to do what they could for the 50th, and then they went on to the 55th, and it was supposed to be more of a big event. So this past August 1st, we had the class of 1970 have their 55th reunion. And at that time, ran into all the old kids I played basketball with, Bobby Griswold, Jeff Johnson, Greg Johnson, Bobby Young, who was the person who had nominated me for this honor. And we were talking about different things. So Bob Young said to me, he says, I play golf, and he says, Cody puts together a group of people that come and we play golf every Wednesday and we go around to different places. So he says, last week we were up in your area, we went to Batavia. And I said, okay. I said, why don't you grab a couple of people and come on up and I'll take you over to Stafford Country Club. It's a nice country club. It's not like an Oak Hill or anything, but it's a very nice country club. And he says, well, maybe I can do that. Who do you think he stuck me with? Lenny Caruso and Bob Codispoti. So I said to him, I said, you know, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So, and Leonard, when you leave, take some pictures. You're not coming back. So we played our 18 holes of golf, and honestly, it was the best day of the week that year. Leonard has he's improved radically. He has a lot more radical improvement to do playing golf. Very fortunate tonight to be here. I'm the last one in my household to become a member of this renowned fraternity. Scott and David preceded me in my home. They were my stepchildren. If anybody doesn't understand that, they're my family. So, with Carrie and David and Scott, and now my granddaughter over there, Lakin, she's my heart and soul. Me being up here is really nice. I'm very honored. Her getting here tonight was a job. So, thank you, Lakin. I would wish everybody that's in this room tonight, if you don't already know the history of Hornell, go back and take a look at the history of Maple City Park. The history of Maple City Park is an amazing thing. It goes back into the 1880s, 1890s, and if you read up on it, it's an incredible journey that this community has gone through. Baseball was the biggest sport in Hornell at the time, and it continues to be, or should be, a baseball community. We have football, we have everything else, but that's where Maple City Park started getting its mojo, I guess. Yeah, good word. So you are good at this. So I would say, if you haven't done it, please do it. When I was a kid, and I say this to parents now out there, my mom and dad, when I was 9, 10 years old, I had a bicycle. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have a computer. I had a bicycle, a glove, a bat, and a ball. And I was told, and that was very important, be home when the street lights come on. 5 o'clock is dinner time. That's when Dad gets home from work. And please don't be late. That'll make things really miserable. And so that's what it's like. And I say to all you helicopter parents, try to get some time when your kid can go and enjoy himself and not be hovered over. It's amazing what these young kids can do. I've been in education for 33 years. And I'm always amazed at the amount of things kids can do when given an opportunity, and that we don't start, micromanaging their lives. So I would urge you all to do that. That's my public service announcement of the night. I certainly would like to point out the table that my son David's at, my wife Lois, our daughter Carrie, Lakin, my granddaughter, Chris, Carrie's husband, And unfortunately, Scott is no longer with us. He had a medical event that took him away. We live with it. It's not easy, but we deal with it. This has been a wonderful event for me tonight. I want to thank the committee for everything that they've said and done and gotten from me. The people who are here tonight can all understand that what they've done is going to be remembered to a certain extent. This certainly isn't the end for anybody. It certainly isn't the beginning for anybody. And in the words of maybe one of the best Western New York sports personalities, be good, do good, go Raiders.
Thank you very much, Bob. You like this quick story, Bob? So I was going for a run one day, come down Dennis Avenue, down the hill, Little League Park, Saturday morning, group of kids playing baseball. Then it hit me. There was not one adult.
Wonderful.
I ran a little faster, a little quicker. Went home, told my wife, "You never believe what I just saw." All right, next up is Mary Jane Janer Mulholland. Another quick history lesson from an English teacher. 1980, girls' high school sports, girls' sports in general, Title IX in its infancy. I'm not going to give you, you guys have it so easy now, because you don't. All right, but it was a little different environment. And in that crucible of challenges came some great athletes. Hornell proving over and over again. At the age of 10, Mary Jane Janer Mulholland joined the Maple City Track Club, sparking her love of sports and athletic career. You're welcome, Janer, track and field. There you go. I try to tell kids. They don't listen. In 1976 and 77, she played on the Hornell Cinderella softball all-star team, and in 1978 and 79 on the Princess softball all-star team. Janer, you don't remember? I was at those games. In 1979, she was a member of the team that won the Princess World Series. She played many positions during her career, playing first, second, and third base, as well as shortstop. Mary Jane is a 1980 graduate of Hornell High School, where she earned 5 varsity letters in athletics over 4 years, participating in soccer, basketball, and softball at the junior and varsity levels. She was a dominant point guard on the basketball court for the Lady Raiders, helping the Raiders to a first sectional win ever for Hornell in the sectional playoffs in 1980. Mary Jane was selected Most Valuable Player for basketball in her junior and senior year at Hornell High School. She was named to the Bi-State Division First Team. She also earned honorable mention, All-Star status in her junior and senior years in the Sullivan Trail Conference. In high school, she was the high scorer in soccer and basketball, and was a team captain. In her senior year, she was selected as an American High School Athlete, a national honor granted to a student who has, quote, compiled exacting standards of achievements in athletics, scholastics, extracurricular and community activities. Following high school, Mary Jane received a scholarship from the Educational Foundation and Alumni Association at Alfred State College for, quote, exhibiting outstanding and unique talents during high school and college. At Alfred State in 1981, she earned Freshman Female Athlete of the Year honors. As a senior and team captain in 1982, she was nominated for the Senior Athlete of the Year. While at Alfred, she set a school record for scoring the most points in school history, even while sitting out a semester with a broken wrist. According to Alfred's athletic director, Mr. Richard Geidlin, Mulholland easily established herself as the most outstanding women's basketball player in the history of that college. After Alfred State, Mary Jane attended Cortland State College, earning a bachelor's degree in physical education and a master's of science degree in health education. While at Cortland, she participated on the women's rugby team. What? Tough. In 1986 through 1988, Mary Jane taught high school physical education at Canisteo Central School, coaching soccer, basketball, and softball. The Canisteo girls soccer team had their best season ever in 1988 under Mulholland as their coach, becoming the first-time Class CD league champions. In 1988, Mary Jane moved to Johnson City, New York, and accepted a teaching position at Broome Tioga BOCES as an adaptive physical education teacher and Special Olympics coach. While at BOCES, she was the physical education department chair and earned a Person of Excellence Award, honoring, quote, an individual who offers a wealth of knowledge and shows devotion and caring towards students. Mary Jane has coached youth basketball in her church league and was an avid runner, running many local 5 and 10K races, placing first in her age group. She also ran the Utica Boilermaker and 2 half marathons. Congratulations. I'm a track coach. They all start running after high school. Mary Jane retired from teaching and coaching full-time in September 2020 after 34 and a half years of service, although she continues her teaching career as a substitute teacher for children with special needs. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bourne Mulholland and one of 7 children with 17 nieces and nephews. Mary Jane currently resides in Johnson City, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, is Mary Jane Mulholland.
Mike, I just want to start out by saying thank you,
You will. Uh-oh.
but I do have to tell you something.
Okay, here it goes.
Should I tell him, Mr. Ferrell?
Uh-oh.
You know when you got cut?
Yeah.
He did ask me if I would like to play on the team.
Hey,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Sorry.
She was better than I was.
Sorry. Just a little taller.
And your best friend and Penny struck me out. So
Yeah. No, just kidding.
No, you weren't.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank all of you for coming here tonight, especially those on my behalf. I know some of you have traveled from far places and are joining us in other places. From San Antonio, Texas, to Arizona, to Florida, and Johnson City, New York. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I would like to thank the community of Hornell and the Hall of Fame committee for this incredible honor of being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I am truly humbled by this whole experience. I'm so proud to be up here with all these other fine athletes. First and foremost, I want to thank my parents, who I would be so proud and are looking down with a smile. I will be forever grateful to them as they're there to support me through every practice, every game, every win, and every loss. I think that's pretty amazing when you have 7 children. My dad, a bus driver at Alfred State College, even drove me and my teammates from basketball game to basketball game. He was so proud. They would always ask me on campus, "Jane, is your dad going to drive us?" Because they knew we'd all get away with a lot of things. I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you to my 6 siblings, Jerry, Stephen, Julie, Barb, Gary, and Sandra. no matter how busy all of you were, you always had time for your little sister. Although we didn't have YMCA leagues or travel teams, we always found a way to play, whether it be a game of catch, shoot some hoops, or kick a ball. Thank you to my nieces and nephews, some of them who are here tonight, and those who could not make it. I love all 17 of you. A special thanks to my sister Julie, who nominated me. I know you put in a lot of hard work. I was and I still am somewhat very competitive, and I hated losing. I'm not sure as an athlete if that competitiveness will ever leave me, because sports, whether I play them, watch them, or coach them, just make me feel good. The one thing I know for sure, however, is that that will never leave me is the many wonderful friendships and teammates I have endured. Because of them, I've had many more wins than losses in my sports career, with teammates such as Penny Coates, Georgia Green, Becky Schick, Carol Daly, Nancy Hill, Kathy Potter, Chris Preet, Amy Kubiak, Teresa Hoffman, Teresa Murray, and so many more. Some who are Hall of Famers themselves. I'm so proud to be next to them in the hall. I thank you for getting me here. I would not be here without you. I would like to thank the many great teachers and coaches I have had, from Mrs. Whiteman in kindergarten at Lincoln School, to Mrs. Jameson, my high school geometry teacher, and of course, Yvonne Titus, or as we knew her as Lefferts, for always believing in me, just to name a few. As for Mrs. Whiteman, I still remember my sister dropping me off to her classroom the first day of kindergarten. I didn't really want to go. All I wanted to do was stay home with my mother and play outside. But with Mrs. Whiteman's bright red lipstick and beautiful smile and a great big hug, it sure did make it a little easier to leave my mother. Thanks to Mrs. Jameson for helping me struggle through high school geometry. One day she said, "Janer, I am not sure what else I can do to help you through this course." But together as a team, we kept trying. I made it through, but I struggled. One day I went in for extra help, and with one eye on my math paper and the other eye on my team practicing just outside her window, she said, "Janer, you want to be out there, don't you?" I said, "Yes, Miss Jameson." She said, "Then just go, Janer. Just go be with your team." I was so grateful I didn't have to struggle through another proof. I will always remember her kindness and patience. Thank you, Mrs. Jameson, for teaching me perseverance and, like my parents, the meaning of hard work. Oh, and by the way, she never missed a high school basketball or soccer game of mine. And yes, she made me finish the proof. Yvonne Titus, or as we know her as Lefferts, I cannot express all that you have done for me. I guess I could sum it up by saying, I am what I am today because of you. You taught me to enjoy each and every moment of life and to never give up. There are so many teachers and coaches that I could thank that have inspired me to pursue a career in physical education. I can't say that I helped them with their geometry, but I hope that I influenced them as much as these teachers have influenced me. I will always have the desire to play, watch, coach, and teach sports. WNBA coach Becky Hammond summed it up best for me on her induction to the Hall of Fame when she said, "This experience is a great rewind of a wonderful journey." As I sit back and remember this great journey, I cannot believe how time went by so fast, and I realize there's no place like home. As I become a senior and was playing my last few high school games, I went into Coach Lefferts' office one day and I said, "I don't want to graduate. I am not done playing here yet." She replied, "Janer, You're leaving me physically, but you'll always be here. I loved being a Hornell Red Raider, but I knew, like everybody else, I had to move on. I am honored and blessed, however, and will always find comfort in knowing that once a Raider, always a Raider, and time will never take that away from me.
Thank you, Janer. Now I have to rewrite my ending. I was thinking about Mr. Ferrell, algebra. I had Miss Jamison, geometry. We won't talk about trig, nightmare. But you'll like this. I was thinking, how can an athlete like Janer not know right angles, triangles, diamonds, rectangles of the court? Come on, it was easy, right? Our next inductee may know this story. Do you ever remember running sprint drills on the turf, the diagonals, the chase drills? I had a group of boys track athletes trying to figure out the Pythagorean theorem while we were doing chase drills on the turf. You had to be there. All right, it was a good afternoon. Our next inductee is Maureen Mo McAnany, is a 2008 Hornell High School honor graduate. She earned a total of 12 varsity letters in swimming, cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track. During her HHS running career, she held 4 school records, claimed indoor and outdoor sectional championships, competed at the indoor and outdoor state qualifier meets, and made 2 appearances at the state cross-country championships. One thing many people don't realize about indoor, it has changed in the past few years, but for decades with indoor track, to qualify for the state qualifier or for states, you went up against the entire section and the entire state. It wasn't by classes, so that is quite an accomplishment. Maureen began her running career at an early age, running in the Maple City Kids Quarter Miler and the Maple City Track Club, before joining the HHS outdoor track team in 8th grade and the indoor track team her freshman year. Maureen spent 2 years on the varsity swim team before discovering her true calling as a long-distance runner, making the switch to the cross-country team her sophomore year. In cross-country, Maureen was named a Livingston County All-Star all 3 seasons, 2005, 6, and 7. She earned Class B sectional patches with a 9th place finish in 2005 and a 6th place finish in 2007. To earn a patch in cross-country, you have to finish in the top 10. Maureen qualified for the New York State Championships in both her sophomore and senior seasons. In outdoor track, Maureen was the top point scorer for her team at the 2007 sectional championships. She earned first place finishes in both the 3,000 meters and the steeplechase, placed 3rd in the 3,200 meter relay, and 4th in the 1,500 meters. How far did you run that day? Come on, you can do it.
Over 3 miles.
Pretty much. And not at a 5K pace. Yeah, all out hustle. That's quite an accomplishment. Throughout her high school running career, Maureen held 4 school records. During the 2007 indoor track season, she was part of a record-breaking 3,200 meter relay or 4x8 relay team alongside her partner in crime, Michelle Kubiak, Caitlin McIntosh, and Katie Coleman, winning first place at sectionals. In outdoor track, she briefly held the school record in the steeplechase before, yes, her best friend and running buddy, Michelle Kubiak, surpassed it. Both of these records have since been broken, and Maureen is thrilled to see the continued success of the young female athletes of Hornell High School. She currently holds the school record in the 3,000 for both indoor and outdoor track. When she wasn't on the track or logging miles around town, Maureen was involved in a variety of school clubs and extracurriculars. She was a member of the student council, a class officer, and inducted into the National Honor Society. Maureen played the clarinet in the high school band. She took dance and piano lessons outside of school. And during the summer, Maureen enjoyed working as a lifeguard at at the Hornell City Pool, along with her fellow HHS classmates, keeping my kids from drowning. So what'd you do in your free time? After graduating, Maureen attended Gannon University for 1 year, where she competed on the NCAA Division II cross-country team. In 2009, she transferred to the University of Buffalo to focus on earning her master's degree in occupational therapy. While in college, she remained passionate about running, participating in 5Ks, half marathons, and eventually competing in her first full marathon, the Wineglass Marathon, in 2011. Maureen's passion for running and endurance events has continued into adulthood. She has competed in 20 marathons, including 6 Boston Marathon finishes. And they just don't let anybody in that race. With a personal best of 3:17:10. Let's move it. In 2016, Maureen was the first place female finisher and 6th overall finisher, oh, I should have proved this, in the Sagahunda Trail Marathon, running 26.3 miles along the Finger Lakes Trail. Maureen has competed in several half Ironman distance triathlons, a 45-mile ultra trail run around Letchworth State Park, and recently became a 46er after completing hiking all 46 high peaks of the Adirondacks. Check her social media page. Maureen uses her athletic talents to raise money for various charities. In 2018, Maureen and her friend and fellow alum, Ryan Terry, biked from Fargo, North Dakota to Seattle, Washington, with the charity Bike for the U.S. for MS, raising funds for multiple sclerosis research. In 2022, she completed the UK counterpart, cycling from the southernmost point of the United Kingdom to the northernmost. Yeah, it's a small country. It is 3 countries, you are right. I stand corrected. Again, supporting MS awareness through the Bike for the UK for MS. Maureen has raised money for the Semper Fi Fund, PanCAN, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and Purple Project through various running events. For the past 2 summers, Maureen has organized and completed a 65-mile bike ride from Hamlet Beach State Park to Camp Sam Wood in Pike, New York, raising money for the Genesee Valley Rotary Camp, a camp where she has volunteered as a counselor and lifeguard since 2010. In total, Maureen has raised over $25,000 for causes close to her heart, combining her athletic talents with a deep commitment to giving back. Great job. Thus answering the question, what does she do in her spare time? Maureen is the daughter of 2 Hornell High School graduates, Paul and Jean LeBaron McAnany. Maureen resides in Rochester, New York with her husband, Patrick Hart, and their dog, Cascade. She has a fulfilling career as an occupational therapist, working with children with disabilities. Along with running, Maureen enjoys rock climbing, biking, and hiking. Maureen is currently training for the Marine Corps Marathon in October 2025, where she will be running in the memory of her fallen classmate, Lance Corporal Zachary D. Smith. And once again, she is qualified for the Boston Marathon, which she will run in April of 2026. Maureen would like to thank her parents for their endless support, Brittany Fucci Broderick, a fellow HHS alumna, for coaching her to her first Boston Marathon qualifying time. I went for a run with Brittany once. I hung on for dear life. I did finish. It was way too early in the morning, too. And her high school coaches, Mr. Tommy Gunn Fagnan, Mr. Damian DeMarco, and thank you very much, me, for instilling in her a strong work ethic and in nurturing her passion for running through their thoughtful and supportive guidance. And Maureen, you thought I was through, but you already have this? someone very near and dear to the McAnanys, to me, to many of us, is Mr. Damien DeMarco. Tom, I hope this isn't too much, but I believe the audience and the committee need to hear it. Maureen, my sincerest apologies for not being able to attend your induction. I am delighted that you are the latest cross-country and track athlete, and another woman, exclamation mark, and he doesn't use those, exclamation. He never uses those. They're silly. To earn the honor of recognition by the Hall of Fame. All of your accomplishments speak for themselves, and no doubt the audience will read and hear why that you deserve to be here. I want to add a brief anecdote to let the audience know who you are and why you are always in my personal Hall of Fame. As a distance runner who personally experienced the toll of running every distance event, and yes, you were close, 6,400 meters, about 4 miles, every dual meet of the season, I was loath to overuse distance runners. However, when it came time for outdoor track sectionals, I knew that we had a great chance to win if you ran multiple events, and specifically the aforementioned steeplechase, which is 2,000 meters, the 3,000 meters, the 1,500 meters, and just that walk in the park, the last sprint, the 4x8 relay. That would be 7,300 meters, or just over 4.5 miles. I pulled you aside and explained the situation, including my reservations and why I was even considering it. The choice was up to you. Without batting an eye, you said, "I'll do it." All right. No hesitation, no complaining. That moment cemented you forever in my mind as one of the great athletes I have ever coached. You have, as my high school track coach told his football players about distance runners, the heart of a lion. And you did do it, securing another banner for HHS women's track. Without your effort, that would not hang proudly in our gym. So, Mo, I offer my most heartfelt congratulations. It was my distinct honor to be your coach, and thank you for everything you did for Hornell High School cross country and track. And I knew he would sign it. Mother DeMarco. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Maureen McAnany. From Papa Dag. You deserve to be here. Congratulations.
Thank you. As I tell my preschoolers, it's okay to have big feelings. So I'm going to try to get through this without crying even more. But I'd like to start off and say congrats to my fellow HHS Sports Hall of Fame inductees. It's a real honor to be here with all of you tonight. Thank you to the HHS Alumni Association, the Sports Hall of Fame Committee, Amy Mayo, and Mr. Fagnan for organizing this weekend. Running played a major role in my teenage years. It remains a meaningful part of my life. It has brought me lasting friendships and unforgettable experiences. I've had incredible support from family and friends through it all. From my high school running besties, Michelle Kubiak and Ryan Terry, to my endurance junkie, Aunt Kathy LeBaron Roberts, and everyone in between, I've been lucky to have so many friends to share the miles with along the way. One of my favorite running memories is my first Boston Marathon. It was a day filled with love and encouragement, with friends and family cheering me on nearly every other mile. The feeling of being lifted up by the people who matter most while doing something I love will stay with me forever. It was also the only Boston Marathon my dad was able to attend, and I'm forever grateful he was able to share that magical day with me. My parents have been supportive from the beginning, from my early Maple City Track Club days to cold winter, late night pickups after indoor track meets. I could not have done this without their endless love and support. My mom continues to support my run of running and has taken marathon spectating to a new level. She and a few equally dedicated family members have created a detailed map of the Boston Marathon course complete with the best parking spots and bathrooms marked along the way. They even use an Excel spreadsheet to estimate exactly what I'll be passing by each cheering location based on my pace. Jean navigates the roads of Paul Revere's ride with ease while holding a bright pink umbrella with the words "Go Mo" painted on it. She may not understand why I feel the need to run 26.2 miles, but she supports me regardless. My husband Pat and his parents Karen and Joe Hart have enthusiastically joined Team Mo, bringing their own spectator flair that includes wearing Hawaiian leis and a celebratory Guinness at the finish line. The Hornell track legacy reaches beyond high school. I became friends with Brittany Broderick, a 2002 HHS grad, when we ran the Seneca 7 relay race in 2013. Mr. Degg and Mr. DeMarco organized a team of HHS runners, including myself, Brittany, Michelle Kubiak, Todd Ludden, and Todd Stewart, to collectively run 77.7 miles around Seneca Lake. Brittany has not only become a friend, but an inspiration and a coach and mentor. I'm sorry, Brittany, I'm calling you out now. Brittany is an accomplished and charitable athlete, running the Boston Marathon 11 times, and each year raising money for the Boston Children's Hospital. An even more impressive feat that Brittany continues to do is run at least 1 mile every single day. She started this challenge on January 1st, 2013 with Mr. Degg, which means she's been running at least 1 mile a day for 4,645 days. So she's a true inspiration, and I'm very proud to have her as a friend. But Brittany saw the potential in me and coached me to my personal best marathon time, which was also my first Boston qualifier. She has taught me to meet each challenge with a positive attitude and that every mile is a gift. Finally, I want to thank my coaches, Mr. Degg, Mr. DeMarco, and Mr. Fagnan. Their positive and thoughtful, encouraging approach to coaching truly shaped me, not just as an athlete, but as a person. It wasn't until I got to college and experienced the tough love coaching style that I realized just how special our coaches at HHS were. Their thoughtful guidance and their belief in me helped spark a lifelong love of the sport. Thank you to everyone who has supported me along the way and my friends and family who are here tonight. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you.
So 30 years of coaching with Mr. DeMarco, I wanted to be serious during that, so I did say anyway. I was thinking about your accomplishment at sectionals, and I'll look at some of the male athletes out here. The number of times I asked a boy to run an extra event. Fold like a cheap suit. Girls were tough. Another thing, that I think there really is a competitive gene, listening to what we do in our spare time, there is a real competitive gene. And you know what we should do some Sunday? Run 77.7 miles around Seneca Lake. Sure, let's go do that. The first 2 legs weren't bad for me personally. The last was the shortest, 2.5 miles. I couldn't move. The hardest thing is you're in a my wife's driving us all around in a Dodge Caravan racing to the next checkpoint. I got out to run that, I couldn't move. So those people who rode their bikes in between that, they were the smart ones. So, moving on. Who do we have next? We have Mr. James Dagon. Ooh. Got the youngsters now. Mr. James Dagon is a 2013 honor graduate of Hornell High School as well, where he participated in soccer, basketball, and tennis. On the soccer field, Jim was a 3-year starting goalie for the Hornell Red Raiders and was a Livingston County Athletic Association All-Star each of those 3 years. As a sophomore, Jim set the all-time Section 5 record for the least goals allowed in a season, as he only gave up 2 goals the entire regular season, including 3 sectional games. That year, the Raiders were crowned Section 5 Class B champions. In his career as HHS goalie, Jim started a total of 51 games and only allowed his opponents to score more than 1 goal in a game 4 times. He finished his career with 32 shutouts. Jim was a team captain his senior year and was the recipient of the prestigious Nick Sam Memorial Award. Jim was also a 3-year member of the HHS varsity basketball team. He was team captain his junior and senior years. As a senior, Jim helped lead the Raiders to one of the best basketball seasons in HHS history, as they captured Hornell's first Section 5 basketball title in 25 years. Jim led the team in scoring and steals that year. He was selected as a member of the First Team Evening Tribune Grade 8, first-time Livingston County News Super 18, and was a first-team LCAA All-Star. In the spring, Jim was a member of the HHS varsity tennis team during his junior and senior seasons. He was able to qualify for sectionals and doubles as a senior. Jim is a graduate of SUNY Geneseo College and is currently a physical education teacher for the Hornell City School District. He is also the head coach of the Hornell High School girls JV soccer team, the Hornell High School girls varsity basketball team, and the Hornell High School varsity tennis team. And each of those teams have had a little success lately as well. Jim has been the Hornell girls varsity basketball coach for the past 3 years after spending the previous 3 seasons as their JV coach. He has led the Lady Raiders to a Section 5 Class B title in each of his 3 years as head coach. Prior to this, Hornell had never won a sectional title in girls basketball. Distinct theme here tonight. Jim's 2024 team reached the New York State quarterfinals, and his 2025 team made it to the state championship game. In 2024, Jim was selected as the Section 5 Class B Girls Basketball Coach of the Year and the Livingston County Athletic Association Girls Basketball Coach of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Dagon. Jimmy.
I told myself that I was going to write my speech out, at least on a piece of paper. I wasn't going to be somebody who comes up with their phone. Here I am with bullet points on my phone and about 8% battery left on my phone. So if I go off on a tangent, it's because my phone died and I forgot what I wrote down in the bullet points. But we're going to try to get through it without that happening. So first and foremost, I want to thank the committee. Since I was a little kid, I've had a lot of family members, including both my grandparents, Jim Dagon and Arthur Roselli, my dad, John Dagon, my uncle, Rich Head, my cousin, Dominic Scavo, all be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's been something that I've dreamed of for a long time, and it's not every day that you get to take a step back and just realize that you're living one of your childhood dreams, and that's what I'm doing right now. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I also want to thank one of my best friends, Julian Reinhardt. He's also a Hall of Fame member. He was the one who inducted me, so thank you, Julian. I really appreciate it. When Julian was inducted, he was told, like we were all told, try to keep your speech to about 5 minutes. He ended up speaking for about 17 or 18 minutes, and he forgot to thank his longtime girlfriend, Caitlin. So I promised him that tonight during my speech, I would thank Caitlin on his behalf. It's been a year, but thank you, Caitlin, from Julian. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. I'm truly honored to be a part of this class. Janer, I want to give congratulations and a special thank you to you as the current head girls basketball coach. Not only our success, but just having a team in general wouldn't be possible without people like yourself establishing the foundation of our program. I want to give a big thanks to my family. There's a ton of them here today. As you all know, I have a very large family. If all of them showed up, we would have had to get probably a bigger venue. So thank God only this amount came. They were able to fit in this room. But in all seriousness, I've got a huge family, and most of them still live here in Hornell. And you know, whether it's something big or small, bad or good, anytime anything happens in my life, I get like 35 text messages and 10 calls from everybody that, you know, heard about it, and, you know, just encouragement and support and advice and everything from them. So I'm truly, truly lucky to have my family just all in such a small area and, you know, just supporting me for my whole life. So thank you guys so much. To my brothers, John and Sam, they're right here. I was telling them earlier that I was going to make them stand up just to make them uncomfortable. I'm not going to do that. You guys don't have to stand up. John and Sam, John is older than I am, and Sam is younger than I am. And so I, you know, being in the middle of 3 boys, I really was lucky to be able to be a younger brother and an older brother all in one childhood. I never take that for granted, and it's something that just really is a blessed part of my life. John will be quick to tell you that I never beat him in a single game of one-on-one basketball, which is true. But I will say that once I hit like 13 or 14 years old and I was taller than he was and more athletic than he was, he started dislocating his knees every 6 months or so. And I'm not saying that he did that on purpose, but it was just extremely convenient that once I felt like I could beat him, he started being injured all the time. But his record is still undefeated against me. So, great job, John. My younger brother, Sam, probably the best athlete out of all of us. Fortunately, he's not eligible yet to be in the Hall of Fame, but one day probably he'll be getting in. I like to take as much credit as possible for that. He would play basketball and all the other sports with John and all of our friends, even though he's 3 years younger than me and, 4.5 years younger than you, right? And he never backed down from anything. I can remember even like when UFC and boxing was big for like 2 years in our house, we would corral any friend that would fight Sam and get him in the basement and make Sam fight them. And whether he won or lost, he was always willing to fight again like the next night. So I like to think that little things like that made him as tough as he is. And I try to take credit and make it worth something that really we just walked him into getting beat up every once in a while and say that it helped his athletic career. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. That's how I justify it then. But I love you guys so much. You're some of my best friends, best teammates, biggest rivals, and I'm so happy to have both of you guys here tonight, so thank you. I also have to mention, I'm pretty sure he's watching on Peisch right now down in Florida, our third brother, our cousin Dominic. One memory, especially with sports, as you all know, Dominic was about 6'2" and had a mustache when he was in Little League, so he hit like 59,000 home runs and threw 50 no-hitters in a season. I remember in his backyard him getting his pitching machine out and putting me in catcher's gear. I was not a catcher. And he put it on 98 miles an hour and aimed it at me just to see what would happen. I probably had like bumps and bruises and stuff, and it made me hate baseball, I think. But I love you, Dominic, if you're watching. Let's see. Definitely, my biggest thank you. My mom and dad, John and Karen. First off, they just celebrated their 35th wedding anniversary the other day, so give them a round of applause. And in classic my mom and dad fashion, I just bought a new house, and instead of going on a little vacation like they had planned during their anniversary weekend, they decided to stay and help me tear out carpets and paint walls and clean the house. And I felt guilty about it for like 20 minutes in talking to my mom. And I finally realized that she truly just wanted to do that instead. She would rather be there for me. And it's literally been 30 years of constant them putting me and my brothers before themselves just because they love us so much. And, you guys have been unbelievable parents. And the best role models. And in my older years, great neighbors and 2 of my best friends. So I love you guys so much. I also want to thank my cousin Chris Clark. I think you're back there. Sly in the back. Chris is, probably the cousin that I am closest to, at least over the last 5 to 10 years. During a really tough point in my life, Chris was always there as somebody that I knew I could go meet up with him at any time of the day, and he would either give me advice or he'd give me a beer one or the other. Most of the time, both. But there was a time in my life where I just needed something to really care about. And Chris called me up one day back in probably 2018 or 2019, and he said, "Hey, Jimmy, there's a JV girls basketball coaching job open. I think you should do it." And I was like, I don't know. I've never coached anything before, and I just moved back to Hornell. And he was like, "No, you need something. You're going to do this." Okay. And it ended up being the greatest decision that I ever made, and he made it for me. So I really, really appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much. Also want to thank John Cardamone, Jeremy Plotty, Morgan Allison, and all the Hornell administration for not only giving me the opportunity to coach in Hornell, but now the opportunity to teach phys ed in Hornell. There's nowhere I'd rather be. I'm so proud to be back at my old school and giving back to the next generation. It's unbelievable, and I'm grateful to all of you guys, so thank you so much. I want to give another thank you to my teammates. Sitting there, listening to like the accolades and things, especially for soccer and basketball, championships won and records set and things like that. None of it would be possible without my teammates. Especially in soccer, I always said that my best attribute as a goalie was that I could communicate to the four guys playing defense in front of me and make sure that they were in the right spots. They made my job so easy. Same thing goes with basketball. I know my good friend Julian, he made sure that I wasn't guarded by the best player on the other team because they were guarding him. And also when he would beat that best player on the other team, my guy would have to leave me and go guard him too. And I would just stand there and do this and catch the ball and shoot. So he made my life easy all the time. Really, I give all the credit to my teammates and also to my coaches. I wrote down some names. I've had so many coaches over the years, and I apologize if I forget anybody. My first two coaches were my mom and my dad in youth league soccer and in Little League. Fun. Larry Vetter, travel, youth league basketball. Joe Reinhardt in youth league football. Don Schwartz and Bill Headley, my JV soccer and JV basketball coaches. Kirk Scholes, my varsity basketball coach. And Jim Tobin, my varsity tennis and my varsity soccer coach. Not only do I realize now as a coach, like just how much of a sacrifice it is, just put your time and effort into coaching, especially after working a full day. I appreciate it so much and now have just a new perspective on it. But the lessons that I learned from those guys not only helped me as a coach, but also as a person. So those things are really invaluable to me, and it's awesome that I can take little pieces of what they gave to me and pass it on to the players that I have now, and I'm truly appreciative of that, so thank you. My last thank you I want to give is to my teammates who are also like my best friends. I was fortunate enough to have a group of best friends that we all played sports together, but really the biggest thank you goes to their parents and my parents as well. At any given weekend, all of my friends' parents had like 18 children. Right, Michelle, you're one of them. I saw Scott Smith somewhere, right? Any given weekend, there would be 12 of us piling into your kitchen, rummaging through your pantries, dirtying up your floors, tearing up your lawns, right? And so it was like a community effort, and there was never a time where there wasn't something to do or someone who was coming over saying, yeah, come on over, get in the pool, come play touch football outside, you know what I mean? And just the willingness to bring us all in at any given moment, let us stay in your homes and everything like that is just, I truly appreciate it. It made my childhood and upbringing so much fun, and I'm sure all my friends in our group would say the same thing. So I appreciate you guys so much. In making this speech, given all the thank yous and things like that, I think the one common thread that I came up with was just how lucky I've been to surround myself with just such amazing people. When it comes to my coaches, my family, my teammates, my teachers, the community of Hornell, not everybody is as blessed as I've been to just surround themselves with people who are going to build you up when you need building up and to be able to emphasize your good traits in the way that people have in my entire life. And I'm just truly grateful and truly thankful to be up here today. And thank you, everybody, for having me. So thank you.
That was a great job. That was a great speech. Nice job. A lot of important words. Made me think of the Hornell my kids grew up in and the Hornell I grew up in as Bob had mentioned. I hope that's still the Hornell that our students are growing up in, because that's what makes it. A couple of other things. Did I have you for public speaking? Because that was a great speech. Next up. Oh, and by the way, a humble speech and heartfelt. If you have not seen, and I've picked on the boys football last night, they show the hearts of lions. They played tough. They fought back and won that game. But if you haven't seen this current group of girls play, you need to get to a soccer game, you need to get to a basketball game before they start graduating. I was lucky enough to be part of something very special 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Many of the boys of that football championship run have made it up here onto this dais as well. What a great nucleus core group of girls. It's something special, and you're not going to see it every season. It doesn't last forever. In this current group of girls, it was very difficult. I left teaching, I was sad, but it was very difficult to turn in my keys, knowing what I was losing at the time with these lovely young ladies. All right, I owe an apology to Mr. Kevin Ferrell. I'm going to blame Mr. DeMarco because he's not here, and it was his speech that had a staple in it. But I skipped over Kevin, and it wasn't because his dad caught me from basketball, so stop. I hate making mistakes, and I apologize, Kevin, my sincerest apologies. Mr. Kevin Ferrell graduated from Hornell High School in 1989, earning varsity letters in baseball, 3, basketball, 3, cross country, 1, I heard that story, and soccer, 1. Kevin grew up playing baseball and basketball over the watchful eyes of his father, Jim, who coached various Hornell High School basketball and baseball teams from 1965 through 1979. In 1988, Kevin assisted the basketball team to a Class AA sectional championship and state qualifier. Again, the first time the team had won this championship in 35 years. Then in 1989, Kevin was a member of the baseball team that lost in the Class AA sectional finals. His junior year, Kevin was named to the Sullivan Trail Conference second team in both baseball and basketball, and second team Steuben County in basketball. Kevin also made the Section 5 Class AA all-tournament team his junior year in basketball. In Kevin's senior year, he was awarded first team Sullivan Trail Conference for both baseball and basketball, and first team Steuben County for basketball. Kevin was chosen to play in the Ronald McDonald All-Star basketball game held in Rochester his senior year. Upon finishing his high school athletic career, Kevin received the Evening Tribune and James Dagon Awards. Over Kevin's high school playing career, he either played with or was coached by several different sports Hall of Famers. After high school, Kevin went on to play baseball at Ithaca College. While Kevin was at Ithaca, the Bombers participated in 3 Division III College World Series games, or series, from 1991 to 1993. In those World Series, Kevin pitched over 15 innings with an ERA of 1.17. In Kevin's junior year, he combined to throw a no-hitter against RIT. Kevin lettered in both his junior and senior years, while having the opportunity to play with 3 All-Americans and 3 team members who were chosen in the Major League Baseball draft. Kevin is the son of Sharon and Jim Ferrell, and brother to Beth Ferrell, Hornell Hall of Fame class of 2002. Kevin lives in Cleveland, Ohio, with his wife Christine and 2 children, Brooke and Jack. Kevin is a managing director in the Capital Markets Group at FNB Corporation, a publicly traded bank headquartered in Pittsburgh, PA. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Ferrell.
So, Mr. McIntosh, you said you were having a couple of people evaluate Mr. DeGatano's
Yeah. I just lost points.
I think he lost some points there, guys. I don't know. So, but I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure to get to know some of the people up here a little bit better. It's been, I just want to say congratulations to all the nominees. Living in outside of Hornell for a number of years, it's interesting to see you guys' stories, and it's been a lot of fun. Mr. Head, thank you for your nomination, and the committee for approving the nomination. I'd like to say thank you to my coaches. You gave me the opportunity to participate. I've got 3 coaches here tonight, no particular order. Mr. Fagnan, Mr. McIntosh, and Mr. Crusoe, all Hall of Fame members now. I've had many memorable memories with my coaches and my teammates, and I just got to tell this one story. It was the summer of going into my sophomore year in high school, and Mr. Fagnan comes knocking at the door of my home, and Mr. Fagnan's friends with our family, and he comes in, and he was starting up the cross country team, and he sat down. Beth was there, and my parents, and he said, I'd really like you guys to participate in the cross country team. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, wow, I've never been part of a track team or a cross country team other than the baseball team, which we were a track and cross country team every year. I think a lot of our competition thought we were the best runners probably in the section, coach. But then I realized Mr. Fagnan's not here for me. He's here for my sister. Like, what? It has nothing to do with me. So Beth again was a track standout and as a Hall of Famer. But I would like to say on a more serious note is Beth, my parents were very involved with both of Beth and I, and they were always around. And when I mean always around, my mom and dad were at the high school. My dad was the math teacher, my mom was an aide. Beth and I were around our parents all the time, and it's like, oh my God, do I get a minute? So just a minute of freedom. So I couldn't get away with anything, I'm telling you. And anybody know my dad, you know what I'm talking about. Right, Mr. McIntosh? That's right, Kevin.
So, but I just want to say that my dad was he was a coach at Weir Said, and I owe a lot of my athletic success to my dad, and he helped me, and I appreciate it, Dad. Thank you. I was fortunate enough, as said, to be a part of a sectional championship team basketball, and it was a lot of fun. That year was special. We went through a lot of ups and downs, but it was really cool to finally win a sectional championship here at Hornell for that. And congratulations, James, for following it up. That was a nice job. Glad to hear someone did it again, and not too long, I guess. But and then our runner-up sectional team. I'd like to mention, we had 8 seniors on a team. We were a big senior-laden team, and I have a very good friend here today who came to spend the time. That's Tim Jones. So thanks, Tim. But it's so I just want to. I don't have much else to add other than I have a couple other individuals I'd like to thank here that I happened to join us here. 2 gentlemen really, is Dan McAllister and Pat Markham. Both of those gentlemen I looked up to. They were a positive influence on my life in high school, and I just want to tell those guys thanks for joining us here tonight, and I appreciate it.
that's all I got. So thanks again for everybody for being here. So.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for being so gracious. I apologize one more time. I'm just trying to get points back. Before we move on to our last Hall of Fame inductee, because I have a funny feeling that things are not going to be the same in a couple of minutes. If you were at the game last night, I think you know exactly what I mean. We've heard some great words, and I was so flustered by Kevin that when Jimmy had said something. Jimmy, if you would join me. That's what I do now. Do I have a speech? Oh, no. Oh, okay. We do have one more inductee. I didn't have his paper. Yeah, I mentioned it last night, so hang on one sec. All right, chaos tonight. That's it. A failing grade. Did you have the? You did have them. Here we go. So we do have an inductee who was not here tonight, and just I don't see anything. So what I do have is I did have Mr. Josh Hoffman. Do you have that? Do you have a copy of that? No, I thought I brought it. Just give me one second. Let me do what I was going to do, and I'm see if I can find some information on Josh. Jimmy, you mentioned teammates. Great thought. Would you mind raising a glass with everyone? To your teammates. That's something we don't often mention here. Thank you. To teammates. Teammates. Do I have anything? I don't have. I thought I had a little bio piece from last night, but Mr. Josh Hoffman is inducted. Josh lives in Florida and was unable to attend this evening. And we don't have a write-up for Josh. So, I don't know. Yeah, so apologize for that one. But last but not least, Mr. Luis Angelo, or Julio Maldonado. Is there a name you prefer? I don't know. Julio is a proud 1988 graduate of Lockport High School in Lockport, New York. He is being honored for his unwavering dedication as a true sports superfan. Angelo's passion for athletics has touched countless lives across decades, schools, and communities. During his own athletic career, Angelo played football, wrestled, and competed in track and field. After high school, he went on to enter tough man competitions and later played semi-professional football for our own local Hornell Dragons. Angelo's love for sports stretched across generations and a wide range of teams. He could always be found cheering on the sidelines, supporting a long list of Hornell sports, including the Kiwanis Club Kids Quarter Miler for 10 years, the Hornell YMCA Youth Soccer League and Hornell Youth Travel Soccer, Hornell Little League Baseball and Cooperstown Baseball teams, Hornell and Dansville Pop Warner Midget Football Youth Football Leagues, the Modified JV and Varsity Football programs, Elks Hoop Shouts and Soccer Shootouts, Hoop Shoots and Soccer Shootouts, there we go. It's easy for me to say. Hornell Modified JV and Varsity Girls Soccer, Gus Macker tournaments in not only Hornell, Olean, Rochester, Buffalo, Modified and Varsity Girls and Boys Outdoor Track and Field competitions, Hornell Varsity Girls and Boys Indoor Track and Field competitions, Hornell Girls and Boys Modified JV and Varsity Basketball, and Alfred University Football and Basketball. Beyond this impressive list, Angelo even showed up for teams and sports he had no direct ties to. No family, no friend. Volleyball. No, and the student athletes, they notice these things. They notice when a teacher comes to a game even though you don't think they've seen you. And they certainly know when Julio walks in the gym. Volleyball, softball, and even opposing schools invited him to cheer them on. His support reached across rivalries, communities, and generations. And I gave a short anecdote. It was very difficult last night with the feedback and the volume, but I witnessed that personally. Not only did Julio cheer on his own family, but the Hornell team, but total strangers. He makes friends wherever he goes. I'm at a state track meet, 8 hours away, and people know him by his first name. Or they ask me, who's that guy that's always showing up at your track meets? But he's always encouraging everyone. It's true sportsmanship, Julio, true sportsmanship. His devotion as a super fan carried him far and wide. Angelo traveled to Rochester, Buffalo, Albany, Syracuse, Cortland, Middletown, Staten Island, West Point, Cooperstown, and beyond. He'll be taking donations for gas money later. He even ventured cross-country to Seattle, Washington, and Orlando, Florida for NFL punt, pass, and kick competitions. No distance was too far when it came to supporting local athletes, family, and the community. What Angelo valued most wasn't accolades or recognition. It was the joy of being there for the kids, his family, and the Hornell community. He never sought anything in return, except maybe a little bragging rights. Certainly earned those. Nearly 3 decades of devotion created memories that will last a lifetime. And Angelo wouldn't change a single bit or minute of it. As he often would say with a smile, want to do it? Woo-hoo! Did I do it right?
You did it right, you did it right.
I'm not a woo-hoo kind of guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. What is it again? Luis Angelo or Julio Maldonado.
Okay, I'm not a speaker, I'm more of a yeller. But hang on, Gotta get comfortable. Just gotta get comfortable. Comfortable in my area, okay? This is a huge, I mean it from the heart. Thank you so much, Hornell. The community, the committee, the Hall of Fame, everybody, teachers, everybody, family, friends, parents, doctors, everybody, seriously. No, but it means a lot. It means a lot. It's real. And my woman, woo! Oh, man. Let me tell you a little story. Whenever we're playing a team, and I get, you know me, she's like, stop, sit down. I'm like, Slowly and surely, my body got to move. But when we're playing a team that's louder than me, she don't like that. She goes, go get him. And you know me. Then you're like, who let the dog out? Then it's free world's mine. That's when I love her. I love her. But any other time, she's like, stop dancing. And then guess what? In Danceville, you get 1 million views. So I'm doing something right. I have 3 kids and 2 stepkids. And they got the girls. He beat me to it, so sorry. Inside joke. Okay. I have Angelo, I have Asio, Selena. Woo, woo, woo. As Hornell knows, she hung on my neck. Who's gonna win? Hornell! Julian and JJ football going up through, it was just win, 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 win. And Bath, they did push-ups. My baby, 4 years old. Push up now, okay? 1, and I was stomping. It was awesome. Somebody's got that video. We're gonna get it and we're gonna put it on my page. I got my little manager over there, Shannon Latola. She helps me all the time to keep things great. She teaches me, not so much, go back, it's too much. We scaring people. Hey! Some people here try to have bets. I say you're gonna go long. Bet you Julio is gonna go longer. But I know his son is watching. His son, love, Julio. I make an impression no matter what. Okay, back, I'm sorry. Get back on the thing. But, seriously. Oh, let me turn the page. But they said, follow your notes. And I'm thinking, Jimmy, the battery's gonna die. Okay. I love the people that are in my group. The Hall of Fame, that's you guys. Right here, yeah! A picture's worth 1,000 men. You can tell who's on their upgrade. That's the help of my manager, Shannon. She just gave it to me, but I knew what to do. She don't have to tell me. She's like, I brought you a present, so you know, you can have this chair the moment. I was like, let me put my stuff away so I'm ready. And the moment is coming. But I know I gotta speak calm and slow because my energy level, I'm trying to wait to the end before you guys get it because I don't want you guys leaving. You're not leaving because it's boring. You're gonna be leaving because it's loud. Okay, Jack Cardamone, hey, you, right there, the man. He knows how to make the food, how to get the, this is the main place. Listen, I do, well, no, there's more. I do a lot of stuff. He knows there's a big safe in here. Who do I call? Julio! I took it right out, he goes, holy shit. He was amazed. Then his workers are getting rid of boxes. They had a big white van, and they're getting rid of the boxes at the recycling place. I said, excuse me, get out the way. The girl's like, what are you talking about, Julio? I got in one side, rah! Threw them all out there like, wow! So now for some reason they want to call me, like I got time to help them empty out the van. Okay, Price, my little buddy. I love you, bro. I love you. Listen, he helps me because people are more worried about him the way he communicates on the patient video. Okay, that little Selena's not going as fast as she can. She needs to pick it up. And we're like, see, even Price is telling you, shoot the ball. Well, she must have passed it this time. Maybe next time. But it's just great because he does it from the heart and love. Everybody else, Carbone from the school. Cardamone, it sounds the same. I'm a little nervous. But check this out. We go to Wellsville. We cramped up like we family. They said, Julio can't go on the other side. So he didn't stop. He was like, hey, we need more room because this is supposed to be the middle area, like the crossover, because they're just going to meet the big game. And then finally they said, yes, you guys can go to the other side here. I'm not going over there. I said, hey, I'll go with you. He goes, all right. They said, no, everybody can go, but not Julio. We don't want him over there. Okay, he got mad, but I said, no, it's okay. I still did my thing. We ended up winning. It was great. Selena, she got a trophy. MVP player of the game. Guess what? Jimmy got a trophy too. Selena got 2. The next day we get a phone call. Jimmy's out of town visiting somebody in Corning. I don't know who. And he was like, we need a trophy. I said, hey, I'll meet you at the bowling alley. So guess what? We did. And guess who I bumped into? The guy that really didn't like Julio. I said, hey. He goes, I'm sorry. I didn't know the kids love you. There's a lot of pictures on the internet. Wellsville, Julio, Wellsville, and Hornell. Exactly. I mean well, do well. Sometimes people mistake, right? Hey! That we mean well, okay? You know I can't strip by this. I'm real. That's what it is. And check it out. Conklin's, his sister, I used to be great. Well, she moved away, but I was always good friends with her. But who in the heck would have known that the brother over there in that back corner was going to be such a blessing in my life? Okay, I'm working on a roof, taking down the chimney, not like Santa Claus. I'm taking it out to get rid of it. I suddenly hear these two little voices, Julio, Julio! And I'm being me on the roof. Hey, what's up? They're like, oh my God, he's gonna fall. Not me, I'm just, hey! And then they brought him back inside because they didn't realize, they knew I didn't realize how high up I was. So they put the kids away. And then I finished the job, everything was good. But I want to thank you for helping me get in, for putting the word out that you knew something was good about your boy, Julio. And check it out, he got a little baby, his son. He petrified at Julio 2 weeks ago. I go, hey, which way? He's running the other way. Now, I said, which way? He goes, get away! Now, I don't know if he wants me to go that way to get away from him, or that way he's on my same boat. Oh, he's got 2 girls. And sometimes Selena, my baby, babysits. She babysits. And she goes, the little one's like, hey, I'm just like you, Julio. I don't get tired. I got energy. I go. I was like, ooh. Guess what? When Selena's done babysitting, she's like, sleeping like a baby. And that's the best time when my woman falls asleep. I'm like, hey, honey, should I wear this outfit tonight? Oh, yeah. So then we go to the game. Guess what? I'm here. Surprise. Let's go, Hornell. Okay, wait. No, I'm not done yet. You get that. Okay. Listen. Oh. Okay, Harley May. There's a billion people I want to thank, but I'm just trying to go quick and smooth. Harley May, I work with him. He's my manager at work, and he said they're playing this Rochester team in Canasteel. And Canasteel's like Hornell. They're nice people. He said, I need you. I said, well, why? I don't know. You just know how to motivate kids, especially when the other parents are kind of tough with us. So I go over there with the JV. I'm sitting by myself. I come out, let's go. All of a sudden, 3 more kids from Canasteel. Hey, can I wear a hat? Can I wear this? Can I wear that? Then I cheerleaded for the JV, varsity, the JV boys and the varsity. Everybody was so happy, so excited. It was amazing. I'm like, wow, they love me at Canasteel too. And they go, hey, bet you're wearing the H for Hornell. Listen, pay attention. Hype man, you need the H. It works anyway. Yeah, hard as Hornell, but hype man, we can get the hype. And then he goes, they're still talking about you. They want to know when you're coming back. Oh my God. If she didn't give me a honey-to-do list, I would have more time. She goes, you don't get it done. Yeah, but the community is happy. I'm making everybody happy. But I'm not happy. Honey, just okay. It's going to work out. You're going to see. My reward is, listen, I'm being honest. You guys are amazing people. Each one, Amy, I know, she called me 450 times. Are you going to be ready for this? I'm like, I don't know. Are you going to, honey, yes. And then I go to drop it off. The tickets we want to buy. I go, hey! She goes, listen, my daughter's asleep. Shh. Oh. Listen, you know when they, listen, you know that, boy, we can't tell that to the other team because the other team would be like, my kid's sleeping. Okay, now, there's a bunch of you guys that are in the Hall of Fame, which is amazing. Some reason I played basketball with you at the YMCA. Bam, bam, bam. It was amazing. My energy level, and those, Mike Davison too. They were like, holy sh! I'm like Forrest Gump, I go, go, go. But then I didn't understand foul. I understood, I'm ready to play. But I did that out of love. It was just a blessing. And then cheering. My mom, she couldn't go to a lot of my games. And when she went to my game, oh, my baby, my baby! I was like, yeah! It was energy. It was a blessing. And that's where I feel like when kids are not doing good, or Hornell's not, hey, come on, you can do it, come on. Give them confidence, give them energy, give them the opportunity to pick up. Because nowadays, listen, life is too short. We got to try to bless people, help people, talk to people, communicate. And listen, I want to thank all the friends and family that came out. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Oh, how about water? You know, sometimes you never know when you... Oh, standing in the toilet with another prop? What's she doing to us? Listen, you never know what's going to happen. But God bless you all. Nothing but love. Peace. Oh, wait. Who's going to win? Oh, no. I love the community. I love the community. Pop, 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 pop. Oh. Yeah. I was going to pick him up and I had him. I would have felt like Selena throwing him on my back. Thank you guys, seriously. And thank you so much.
You're the best.
Hey, I won the bet. I went the longest. Yeah! Picture's worth 1,000 words. Oh, and the loudest, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, I told you. Number two, some people noticed I was a little late getting here, and Tom covered for me saying I had other obligations. And then what you didn't realize is I've been here since 4:30. I was in the back room because Julio called me. He said, could you do me a favor? I need you to kind of shorten my speech and polish it a little bit and maybe tone it down. I think I did a good job. It's hard to follow that, and I do. I'm competitive. I'm an athlete. You should be on my trivia team. I hate losing. I hate making mistakes. So I apologize to Kevin. So Mr. Josh Hoffman, class of 2006, is not here tonight. I announced him last night. There wasn't anything in the paperwork here, any write-up, but I think we would all be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge Josh. Josh is one of my athletes, and his mom might kill me. I'm afraid of her more than I'm afraid. Did you say you scare people? Yes. Scared the crap out of me. And I know him. No, I would be remiss if we didn't mention Josh. Josh was one of those special athletes who kind of becomes like a second son or daughter to a coach, and one of the first for me. Josh is a 2006 graduate of Hornell High School. In football, Josh earned varsity letters, 2 varsity letters, and was a member of the 2004 and 2005 Section 5 championship teams under Gene Maston, as well as advancing to the state Final Four tournament, one of the first times in the program's history. He was named Section 5-6, which is now like the Western Regional Qualifier game. He was the defensive MVP for Class B. He was also named first team all-leader. Josh earned 5 varsity letters in indoor track and was a member of several Section 5 championship teams, as well as earning individual Section 5 titles. And little anecdote time. I don't have a speech for Josh, but Tom, you know, everyone knows his story. My athletes know the story. Indoor track, we compete in these beautiful state-of-the-art field houses. Hornell is the benefit of the battling billionaires. Mr. Pagula built the beautiful field house at Houghton for his wife for her birthday or something, I don't know. I get flowers. And then Mr. Golisano built an even more impressive palace at Nazareth. And what the students don't realize is we used to run in what was almost an enlarged gym, like gym-style floors, 4 lanes. One track, you had to run around the popcorn machine. And another track, Roberts Wesleyan, was where they played basketball, and you had to run the turn of these 200-meter tracks behind a big set of bleachers. Well, we're running a 4x2 relay. And Josh is a linebacker, and a fast linebacker. I mean, this kid, he's 6'2", he's over 200 pounds, and he's got a full head of steam. And he's running as fast as he can around. Some woman came across the track with her popcorn. The bleachers were late, but all you saw was popcorn. Josh sent her across all 4 lanes of the track. But he was my kind of guy. He finished the relay. Then he went back to see if she was okay. Because I'd have killed him if he stopped. But it was another time, and he was one of these athletes who, whatever we need to do to win kind of guys. And he would try anything. He was kicking field goals when kicking wasn't really a thing. Most teams weren't really kicking field goals. We didn't have soccer players come out and kick and do dual sports. And Josh, tried to do his, kick field goals, kick extra points for the team. On track, he decides he's going to pole vault. Again, 6'2", over 200 pounds. We pretty much had to chop a telephone pole down so we could have a pole vault. Remember that big yellow pole? It was huge. And Josh decides he's going to learn how to bend the pole. So he plants that pole in the pole vault pit, leans back, goes in the air. Instead of throwing him forward, it threw him like 20 yards backwards. On his back, pole comes down, hits him in the head. Just great. I hope he's watching, because those are a couple of my favorite memories of Josh Hoffman. Just gets up, dusts himself off, keeps going. Just a kid who would run through a wall for you, and a great athlete. He earned 5, so he had his 5 varsity letters in indoor. He earned 6 varsity letters in outdoor track, having an impact on our program with several wins, including Section 5 championships, as well as making it to the New York State track meet as well. Josh also received honors such as the Knights of Columbus Co-Male Athlete of the Year and the Evening Tribune Award for Best Male Athlete at the high school his senior year in 2006. Good man, a good friend, a good athlete, a good father. Josh currently resides in Cape Coral, Florida with his wife Katie and their children. Josh, I hope you're watching. We miss you. Great job. Did you forget anything, Julio? Do you need to come back?
Love you, love you.
So,
That way!
we have cake? Is there dessert or anything? I thought it was cake. Oh, we already had our cake. Decaf coffee for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for indulging me. Thank you for being here, honoring these great, great people. It's been a fun night. I hope you've had some fun, some memories, some laughs, shared in the applause. Congratulations, everyone. Love you guys. Great job. Tom, thank you. As I said, teaching for 30 years, it's a difficult decision to retire, but make it. It's a good decision. It was tough leaving the coaching world. And tonight kind of proves why. So again, thank you very much. Have a great evening. See you next year.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. A few last words here. I'd like to thank John Carbone and his staff for a great meal again tonight, as always. Thank everyone for attending, honoring our new inductees. Congratulations once again. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Always remember, once a Raider, always a Raider, okay? And everybody, please stick around, because Bobby Peuscher's going to be taking group photos, so don't run off, okay? Thank you once again.